Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your guy Shavon, and man, I got a crazy story to tell. I got a crazy story to tell. Yesterday, which was which was August 16th. I'm sorry. Yesterday was August 20th, and I got a story to tell, man. August 20th, which is yesterday evening, around like 4 or 5 o'clock, right? I was driving my semi truck, and when I was driving my semi truck, I was driving everything normal. Everything I was doing just fine. I was driving my semi truck, and I was just minding my business. I was on the phone with my wife, and we were just talking about, getting to the next plateau and what we need to do for our life and what we need to do for trucking and everything. So, come to find out, I'm driving, and when I start driving, my freaking, I hear, first thing first, I hear a noise on my passenger side. I just said, "Bah!" I heard a noise that said, "Bah!" So when that noise had happened and it hit on, and I heard it on my passenger side, I immediately thought that it was my tire that went out. I thought it was my tire that went out, and I pretty much popped my tire. But I started moving the wheels. I tried to try to counter steer because my wheel, when it popped, when I heard the popping noise, my wheel and everything started jerking to the right. So I tried to grab it. I'm like, oh, hell no. I tried to grab the wheel. I'm like, oh, hell no. I grabbed the wheel. And then once I grabbed the wheel, uh, it wasn't trying to go back to the left side. And luckily, I was in the slow lane. I was already doing about 63 miles per hour because all these other trucks were just flying past me. I'm like, damn, why everybody flying past me? And so I started to realize, I'm like, hold on, bro. I'm 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 driving slow. So I kind of like pick up the speed a little bit, but when I try to pick up the speed, that's when I heard that pow noise. And then like I said, I thought it was my tire. I tried to counter steer back to the left. I couldn't do that. It's like the whole tire wheel of my passenger side literally just took over my whole truck, and I went flying to the right side. Luckily, I was in a slow lane, and I was in a area where it was like kind of like farmish off of I-35 going north. I was in Oklahoma, going to Oklahoma City, going north. And basically, I was an hour out. I was an hour out of Oklahoma City. And so I went flying to the grass. And the first thing I was thinking in my mind was like, oh shit. Like I'm really like in shock that I said the first oh shit in shock where like, damn, bro, am I going into the fucking off the road? Am I just gonna ride off the side of the road and everything? So and that second oh shit was like, oh shit, I'm here now. I'm here. So the first old shit was like, damn, I'm about to run off the road. Second old shit was like, I'm here now. I'm about to like, yo, I gotta make some decisions real quick. And I really was making decisions real quick, but everything happened fast. Trust and believe me, when something happens on a road or anything in life, and it happens instantaneously, you have to have like you have to be in the future to really kind of catch everything or really be like a cat. Like if you already see how cats or spiders, you see how spiders like Spider-Man when he get like senses, you have to be like that. And even when you get spider senses, even when Spider-Man gets spider senses, somehow, some way, he either dodges sometimes, or sometimes it just be too late. It just be he gotta hurry up and maneuver within them seconds, with milliseconds. Bro, I had literally milliseconds to even move. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm in the truck. This shit is crazy. I'm going off the road. And there were other trucks that was going to pass me and vehicles that was passing me. And they all just saw me go in the grass like it was nothing. So I went down in the grass. I went flying to the right on my off the shoulder, flying to the right, went into a ditch. I went to the ditch like this. And then when I went to the ditch like this, then I kind of like lift the ditch, kind of like lift back up like that. So I went in the ditch and then flew back up. And I was like, oh, and then I saw trees because when I saw trees, I was like, damn, I'm trying to avoid the trees. I'm not trying to hit no trees. So the tree was like right there. So I said, oh shit, the tree right there. But luckily, the area that was once I got up off that ditch, luckily the area was kind of like flat level off the ditch. So it was like the ditch, then it zipped back up, and then it was flat like that. And so when I got up on it, I literally didn't want to counter steer too hard again because I'm like, if I counter steer again too hard, I'm gonna fucking or panic. I'm gonna flip the fucking truck over, and then I'm gonna flip my trailer over, and then it's a possibility that I could break my gas tanks, and pretty much I'm done. So I didn't want to do nothing. Like the book said, listen, when y'all get them books from the DMV or y'all studying for your DMV to get your CDLs, take that seriously. Read everything. And when it comes to actual tire blowouts and things of that nature, you're literally going to have to let the truck do its own thing. Do not try to oversteer it. Do not try. I mean, you could try to oversteer to try to gain control, but if you feel that you can't gain no control, just let it be. And then once you let it be and where the truck wants to go, you just let the truck guide you into that area. Hopefully that you're in a lucky area that how I was, and therefore you could actually brake, and you don't do no stab braking when you coming off the a pop tire. You don't need to do no stab braking. Don't do no braking. Try to put your. I was in shock, so I think my foot was like I felt like my foot was still on the damn gas. But then again, it wasn't because I was like, oh shit. Once I saw myself go, I literally let everything go. I let my foot off the joint and everything. So I was gonna press the brake, but I was like, no, this is not the time to break step on the brake. So, but like I said, when I got up on that flat level area where there was like actual flat area, I basically just like flat grass. I just basically just hit on my brakes, and then that's when I came into a full complete stop. And when I came into a full complete stop, I was like, "Oh shit, yo, that shit was crazy, right? What I just did, and all the trucks were just past me. Not one car, not one truck. Even on the opposite side, no one pulled over. And normally, when something happened, like this, is not my first incident that I actually fell off the road, or I had numerous incidents that, luckily, this second time. Now, if this was my first incident, it probably would have been felt real more terrified. But this felt terrifying too because this is my first incident in a truck. The first one was in the vehicle, actual car, and a hydroplane. That's another story. But a hydroplane, these things actually happen when books and the DMV books and things in that nature that you're actually studying and reading for, this could actually happen. This could actually happen for real, for real. And so, yeah, man, take this seriously. I could have lost my life. I told my wife, like, if I was on the opposite side of, like, in the fast lane and there was cars coming in off the fast lane, I mean, off the slow lane, I would have took everybody out. I would have took, if I was in the fast lane which is the left lane, and there was a two-way road, which is on going north, and then the other road is split up on I-35. Anybody that rode I-35 going north, going towards Oklahoma, Kansas, and stuff like that, um, yeah, you're gonna actually you got two lanes. the fast lane, the slow lane. And so basically, like I said, if I was in the fast lane, I would have, and anybody was in these right lanes, I would have took all those people out, the semi trucks, everything. Luckily, I was already driving in the lane that I was driving. And hopefully I could show y'all a clip of me driving normal. I didn't hit anything. I didn't hit nothing. That's what everybody kept saying. Everybody that I kept talking to, even the guy that picked up my trailer, my truck, he picked up my truck. He's like, yo, you must have hit something. I'm like, dude, I didn't hit nothing. I didn't hit a goddamn thing on that road. And I'm gonna tell you, I got video. I kept saying, I got a video of me not hitting nothing. So there's no way that I hit something. So when I went onto the other side, I got out of the truck, actually from stopping, I got on the other side of the truck and I was like, still on the phone with my wife. I got my headset on, my trucker headset. And I said, hey, my tire was popped because I was thinking in my mind the tires had popped. I'm like, yo, the tires popped, the tires popped. She said, what? The tires pop? I'm like, yeah, the tires pop. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I get out the truck, I look at my tires, everything is intact. I said, bro, what is going on? Then I get on the passenger side, and when I get on the passenger side, I see my wheel, my passenger front wheel was all the way to the right. Like it looked like his arm broke off or something like that. It looked like it was like a chicken wing on his own, just on the island, just lit out there. You know what I mean? It was done. And I said, okay. I said, so I looked at my other tire for my drive tire. I said, see, that tire is straight. And I said to my wife, I said, this tire right here is literally off. So what the freak what made it go that way? So the tow guy, these guys are good. They came within like 89 minutes, which is an hour and like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And they came and got me. Well, first thing first, the police did come. Police arrived, somebody reported it. Once I got out and I checked everything, the police did come. He checked my actual he checked everything. He had his flashlight. He looked at my whole truck. Saw I was in a ditch. He was like, man, everything all right? I said, yeah, man, everything's good. He said, man, what happened? I said, man, I think my axle broke or my tie rod broke. He was like, man, he's like, well, you were in the fast lane? I was like, no. I said, luckily I wasn't. Because if I was in the fast lane, like I said, if I was in the fast lane and cars was right there or the semi truck was right there, they would have been done. We all would have been done. We would have been going for a joyride of just flying off the freaking road, tip them people and everything. It would have been bad. And thank the Most High, man. Yeah, August 20th, he literally gave me an eye opener once again. He's keeping reminding me like, hey, whatever you doing, now we gotta say our prayers. We gotta make sure everybody's safe. And this is what I signed up for. Being a truck driver. When you being a truck driver, you have to understand this comes with a game. This could happen at any company. You know, and so long story short, I just want to cut to the chase. My my tie rod bar when the tow truck came and got me, he looked at my tie rod. He was he was looking at my tie rod and he saw that the tie rod was bent. And then when he finally lifted me up and everything, got me up on it was weird how had to get me because he was like, man, I can't even get you like that. So I had to what we had to do was I had to cut the truck on. Everything was fine. And the funny thing about it was, all praises to the Most High. The funny thing about it was the truck was intact, the trailer was intact. I had a load going to Oklahoma City. Everything was intact. The only bad thing that was messed up was my tire my passenger side that basically flew. It didn't fly, but it basically like opened up, and I didn't know what happened. So my tie rod was like this versus like this straight. Your tie rod on your truck It's underneath your it goes between the behind the axle. It's actually behind the axle, and it controls and it pivots both front your front axles. I mean your front wheels, so your wheels could do a whole bunch of turns and stuff of that nature. But my tie rod was like this, and your tie rod supposed to go straight. Your tie rod supposed to go straight like this. This thing was like bent in like a V shape. You know what I mean? So it was bent in like a V shape. And so, like I said, he didn't know what to expect from it. He was like, this is weird. And so this morning, today, which is August 21st, I get up. We get the truck towed to a mechanic spot, and we got to a mechanic spot, which is City Trailers, the only spot that work on trailers, and they also work on trucks as well out here in Oklahoma City. City Trailers, basically, the guy showed me everything, and what came to find out was my freaking S cams didn't have no pins in them. This is a lesson learned. The S cams didn't have no pins on both sides. Long story short, the S Kims didn't have no pins in them, and I felt like I parked my truck. When I come home, I park it either on a freaking truck stops, or I park where it's safe. And I felt like somebody either sabotaged my shit, or I have got some certain things done with my brakes, and we're gonna pinpoint. We're gonna figure it out. But guys, check your S cams, check the S cams pins, because the mechanic at the supervisor at City Trailer in Oklahoma City was like, basically, like, you got to be inclined. Like, he was like saying to me, like, as a driver, like, you have to be inclined to understand what took place here with your truck. And he said, look, he's been in the game for like 15 years. He's like, he's like, this could happen to anybody, and even him. For him, if you're not being careful, he would miss it. You know what I mean? They could miss it. And mechanics probably did my S cams and did my brakes, and they probably forgot to put the pins on my S cams. So my S cam went right into my drive shaft, not my drive shaft in the back, but the drive shaft of the front axle, and then went into the drum. And then when it went into the drum, it stopped my wheel, and it basically locked my wheel all the way up inside of the drum. And then that's what tore up. And then once that happened, it basically stopped. Once the wheel stopped from the speed I was going, then it locked up, and then it jerked back. Then my tie rod all bent in. So when it popped, it said boom, 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 just like that. Like the whole right side said bloop, bloop, but it did it in one pop. I didn't initially hear it like as in three or four couple of pops. It just said bah, just like that. And I thought it sounded like a tire. It sounded like a pop tire. So for everybody that's a truck driver or a bus driver, shoot, hell, if you are a regular driver and you got a car, because sometimes the S cams and things in that nature, tie rod things in that nature, all that goes out, you're losing steering. So you gotta be careful. These roads are bad. Some of these roads have a lot of potholes. And man, it was my worst experience, because I was on the brink of a life death situation right there. I was on a life death situation, and if I was coming down the mountain, which I was coming down the mountain, coming down off I-35, coming into Oklahoma, going into Oklahoma City, there's a mountain. So if I would have hit the mountain, if that would have happened off the mountain, I would have been not here today talking to you guys. So hey, be careful. Long story short, be careful. Do pre-trips. You're not inclined. I hope this video help out somebody, because that's why I'm making this video. And this just really happened to me. This happened to me, and bruh, I was a little shaken up a little bit by it, because hey, is something that is mysteriously just happened. You know what I mean? And I could have been anywhere on the road, and it could have been bad. It could have been real bad. So guys, do y'all pre-trips. Listen, do y'all pre-trips. Do your pre-trips. Whatever it takes, do your pre-trips. Look at everything. Look at everything in your truck so you can be safe. This is why I be wondering why there be guys on the side of the road sometimes, and sometimes it might not be their fault. To be honest with you, because they're not inclined. We're not mechanics with truck drivers, and now we gotta be mechanics somewhat. And this what comes with the game of trucking. You gotta learn what's going on by experience, because if you don't learn what's going on by experience, and now that I know this and now that I'm putting out this video, hopefully this will help out somebody else. And like I said, this is from experience. Now I know what to expect. You know, the S cams, the tie rods, the drag link, everything that you learned in freaking trucking school, keep refreshing your mind with all those parts, because I forgotten myself. Once you get out here, you get out CDL driving, you know what to look for because you go over it once you do your pre-trip. But then you kind of get lazy after a while. Then you tend to forget, tend to lose things, and you lose out of sight. You get so busy, and then you kind of look at what you need to look at underneath the hood. But now I know. So, hey, man, that's my little rant. That's my story. That's my life that I could have just lost yesterday. I'm here right now talking in front of a camera and letting you guys know, hey, this is serious. Take this serious, man. You know, you could be jeopardizing thousands of people, hundreds of people. If you out there driving, drive safe. We got too many super truckers. We don't need everybody to be a super trucker. We need people to be safe and sound, because every day is like, it's not guaranteed, bro. it's not it's not guaranteed. So all praises to the Most High that he got me about that situation, and my situation was just a good situation to ride it off the grass, hit the ditch, and land something flat, and break and stop so I could see another day. So, hey, love your family, hug them, kiss them. When you get out there on that road, don't take this stuff for granted, and just be cautious of everything that's on the component of the truck. Be cautious on a component of the truck. Be cautious of the components of all around your truck, because, like I said, we don't know, and we're not mechanically inclined. We don't know what to expect. So you gotta check everything on that truck. Gotta check everything. All right. My name's Shavon. Love you guys. Peace. Peace.